everyone! Welcome back to Yellow Heart. How are you today? I hope you and your family are safe right now. So before I teach you how to create reusable DIY face mask in easy and quick way, I want to let you know that I have these videos that I've already uploaded regarding DIY face mask and about using face mask in a proper way. So now let's start with our face mask. First, let's make a pattern. Let's measure from the corner 6 inches. And then here on the other side 6 inches again. And let's connect first. Eight inches for the width. So here is the size of our pattern, 6 by 8 inches. Now let's cut our pattern. Now let's get our cloth. So I'm not sure what fabric is this, but it's similar to linen or polyester. Now let's use the other side of our cloth, and then make sure you get at least 6 inches in height, but you can use longer because it's difficult to trace our pattern if it's too short. So you may get a long cloth, and then the easy way is let's fold it in the middle part. So once you fold it, now we're going to trace our pattern. Make sure you're going to trace the pattern in the side where you fold it, not on the end part but on the middle. Alright, so after tracing, let's cut the cloth. So make sure to keep your pattern so you can use it when you're going to make more face mask. To avoid the cloth from moving, let's put pin on the middle. And then let's start cutting. Now let's stitch it at the top and at the bottom. But make sure your fabric is on the other side, not the one that you're going to show. So this part, so from here to here. So if you're not good at sewing, you may want to put a line. So when you stitch it using your hands, you will have a guide. So I will put a line. You have sewing machine, you don't need to put a line. The line will serve as your guide. So I will use a red thread for this. So make sure to use a thread similar to the color of the cloth that you're going to use. Example, you will use yellow, then use a yellow thread so the stitch will not be too obvious. now when you're done stitching the top portion, let's stitch the bottom part. So it will be faster if you're going to use sewing machine, but if you don't have sewing machine, it will take it longer time. Guys, we're done too with the bottom part. So the goal is just stitch the top and the bottom part. If you have sewing machine, I think you can finish this face mask in just 5 minutes. Now let's flip it. Guys, the next part is optional. You can do this or you can proceed with the next steps. But as for me, I will use an iron to flatten the cloth. We'll use this because it's safer for the cloth. So again, this is optional. You can do this or not. So as you can see, it's now flattened, unlike this one. So let's do this to other side as well. So just be careful because it's hot. Once you're done, let's fold 3 times both sides, right and left. Now let's fold again, second fold. Now, last fold, the third one. So again, 1 centimeter. Let's stitch the side using running stitch, temporary stitch only. But if you're going to use sewing machine, you don't need to do this because you will need to insert this elastic. The length of this elastic is 10 inches. You will need to insert this one like this, and then on the other side you have to stitch it like this. See? So that will be the outcome and we're done. But since I'm stitching using my hands, so I will need to stitch this side first using running stitch before I stitch it at the back. Again, I'm just clarifying that if you're going to use sewing machine, you don't need to do running stitch for both sides because you don't need something to hold the cloth. But as for me, because I sew using my hand, so I need to put a running stitch on both sides to hold the cloth so that it will not be removed from the fold. So after stitching both sides, I need to remove the pins. Again, it will be faster if you have sewing machine. But yes, we have sewing machine at home, but I do this for those people who don't have sewing machine in their house. So now, let's flip it, and then let's insert the 10-inch garter or elastic. This is 10 inches. I just tie it like this. So the thinner the elastic, it will be more comfortable to wear than using bigger elastics. But if you don't have any elastics at home, you can use rubber bands. So now I will stitch this side first. Again, if you have sewing machine, what you need to do after you fold this, you need to flip it. Just insert the elastics. And then fold this part. And then stitch here. And then we're done. So now I'm going to stitch it using my hand, so it will take a longer time. But again, this is for those who do not have sewing machine or they cannot use sewing machine. So for the other part, we need to fold this 2 times because of the fluff on the edges. Unlike this one, we save 1 fold because we have just folded the cloth when we're just starting a while ago. We need to fold it like this. And then another fold, but make sure the elastic is inside the fold. So like that. Actually, if you're going to look at it, it's already done. If you have used your sewing machine, then we're already done. That's why I told you that you can finish it in just 5 minutes. But because I'm using my hands, so it takes longer time. Now, I'm just going to stitch it using blanket stitch, and then we're done. So now I'm done stitching the left side. So as you can see, here's the stitches. And then we're done on the other side. Now let's finish this one and we're done. So guys, I'm done stitching the back part. So now we're done. So easy. So I will just make a review. So what we have done is we make a pattern that's 6 by 8 inches. We stitch the top part and the bottom part. And then we fold this 3 times, both sides. And then after that, we stitch the 2 garter on both sides. So again, if you have sewing machine, you can finish it so quickly. In just 5 minutes, I believe you can finish this one. So that's it. We're done with this. So guys, we're done. So it's here. So let's try to wear this one. So you can spread it like this and put it in your mouth. So it's so easy and fast to do, especially if you have sewing machine at home. But for those who can't use sewing machine or you don't have sewing machine at home, I will have a bonus round for this video. So I will teach you how to stitch using our hands. So I have used 3 kinds of stitch in this video. So the first one that I used, I just forget the name, but it's a permanent stitch, and the number 2 is running stitch, and number 3 is blanket stitch. So let's start with the one that is permanent stitch. So I'll just use a scrap of cloth, And I use yellow color and red thread for you to be able to see the stitches. But if you're going to do it in a cloth that you're really going to use, you need to use same color as your cloth. But for presentation purposes, I'm going to use different color of thread for you to be able to see the stitch. So this is the permanent stitch. So let's fold it like this. Example, this is the real cloth. And what you need to do is insert it from the back part. So like this. Make sure to be careful. So there you go. Then just get 1 millimeter or half centimeter. Then pull it. Then at the back, you have to pull it. And then again, leave a space like that, half centimeter, and then pull it, and then go back here, then pull it again, and then again, 1 centimeter allowance, and then go back here, pull it again, and then 1 centimeter again. If you have difficulty making a straight line, you may want to use a pencil to put a mark so that you will have a guide for straight stitches. There you go. And then last one for our permanent stitch. And then go back here. And that's it. So that's it. We're done with the permanent stitch. Of course, you can make this more neat and improve it. And then let's go to easier step, the running stitch. So for running stitch, it's so easy that it's like you're making a wave like this. Down, up, down, up. So it's just an alternate stitch. So you can use it if you want to hold the clothes together so that when you're going to stitch it permanently, the cloth will not be removed on its proper place. So let's do the running stitch. So like this only, so easy. The back, and then insert here like that. And then, like what we did on the permanent stitch, leave half centimeter, and then like this, insert again, and then go up, insert, and then go up. So it's like this, up, down, up, down, up, down. So once you do that, you can pull this. So you see, that's only alternate stitch. That's it. That's the running stitch. This one is permanent. This one is temporary. But if you have a hard time learning this stitch, you can use running stitch, and then when you reach the end, you just need to tie it and then just go back from where you have stopped. So like this. So I will show you. So when you stop here, it's up to you if you want to tie it or not. As for me, I will not tie it anymore because I will go back. So you can see, here it is. So let's go back here. And then here. And then you can do it like this for faster sewing. See? And then here again, go down, go up, go down again, go up. So it's like filling the spaces that we did when we do the running stitch a while ago. See? It's like this. Going down, going up. Then when you reach the end, then you will do the same, going up, going down. So until we fill all the spaces. So as you can see, the permanent stitch and the temporary stitch looks the same now. So let's go to the last but not the least. But for me, that's the easiest permanent stitch, the blanket stitch. So for the blanket stitch, I have a small cloth here. So for example, we're going to fold it. Here's your cloth, and you want to stitch the edge part. So of course, you're going to fold it first. But as you can see, the edges have fluff, so we need to fold it second time for it to look neat. So like that, and then imagine that's the edge of your cloth. So we fold it twice. So let's do the blanket stitch. So for me, this is the easiest one. So you need to, this is the first layer. So from the back, just insert your needle so that we can hide this knot at the back. So let's hide it so that it won't be seen, and then get from this part, not this part. So after this, the second layer, so just get, insert, and then insert second layer going to the first layer. So like that. So before you reach the end, make sure to insert your thread inside this curve and then pull it. See? And then let's get another cloth here, and then second layer going to the first layer like this, and then pull it again. And before you reach this part, make sure to insert the needle inside. See? And then let's get another here. Second layer going to the first layer. Then pull it. And then make sure that you insert the needle here. So let's do another one, last one. So here, getting the second part, going to the first layer. So like this. Pull it, and then insert the needle, and that's it. So the outside part will be like this. So it's not too obvious, especially if you use same color thread like the color of your fabric. So here, for presentation purposes, I use red so that you can see the stitches that I have done. So it's here, that's the blanket stitch. So guys, I hope you like my video. So I hope you give it a thumbs up, share my video, write your comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, click the red button down there, and of course, click the bell button so you will be notified whenever I upload new videos. Thank you guys for watching.